against the Broncos and the Chargers under the lights on Monday night.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night, all sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started.
And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
That's taken in by Palmer.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
That's good for a San Diego.
And this is incomplete. Boy, so great to see the NFL back in San Diego. Remember, of course, the Chargers left following the 2016 season, so it's been a little while. But the folks here, they certainly never wavered in their hopes or desires that they would get another shot at NFL football here in San Diego. And now that day is here.
Here's Herbert.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. Out of the gun, Herbert.
And that's going to be incomplete. Quentin Johnston was the intended target.
And that'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 44 yards out.
And his kick is good.
And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to when you want to on offense, and into football a little bit more as this game goes on. But his opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave him 3 points.
Here's Nix.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
Now 2nd and 3. Now it's Nix. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give up the middle to Williams.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. To throw is Nix.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's Herbert.
That's complete to Palmer.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now first and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Herbert.
That one complete to McConkey. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's first and goal. They'll run with Dobbins.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
A 5-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows to 10-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Next to the air.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away.
And Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Throwing Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, here's Nix.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's got the connection to Cooper. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Chargers ready to take over.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Herbert.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Denver offense at the line ready to go. Throwing to start the drive. Nix will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. This 2nd and 4 as they've got it as we resume action. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Herbert off of play action.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And able to get this to the 31. This a 2nd and 8.
He's brought down at the 31. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
A short throw hauled in by Tremble.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 1 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
A handoff running left is Dobbins.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
It's a gain of 2. And the Chargers
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Short throw to Disley. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They begin the drive with Williams. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back to throw. Nix. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
It's taken in by Quentin Johnston.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back to throw here, Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here's Herbert.
Now this one finds McConkey.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Dobbins trying the left side.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here we go on 4th. Herbert working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Ladd McConkey.
37 yards.
And the Chargers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes our score 17-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've got nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
The Chargers offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
The Charger drive about to get going.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Cody Barton there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Herbert now. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Touchdown! Will Disley, 26 yards.
And the Chargers are able to add on to their first half lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the route is on here in this first half. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Off the play fake, Nix. This one swung out to Williams.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's Nix.
Flushed out right. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they pay dearly for not locking up.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd and 1 from the 2.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Javonte Williams
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
and the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Charger drive about to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Now it's Herbert.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Short throw to Disley. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
To the air again, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. Now, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 35 on 2nd down. Herbert, short throw to Disley. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Herbert. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 25 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners And they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Now that's to the left sideline and
right along
incomplete.
to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
To throw is Nix.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
A.T. Perry
There to make the grab.
and the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how Week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Open man, and again it's Sutton. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Nix from the shotgun.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20.
3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Herbert off the bootleg.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Next to the air.
It's complete to Williams. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage.
The Charger drive about to get going.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
He gets it to Johnston.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's a give to Dobbins.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the...
And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
A.T. Perry.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Chargers just continue to roll. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, They will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. To throw, here's Nix.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Throwing Nix. And this one complete again to Mims.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Now it's Nix. Quickly into the hands of Mims.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and a yard.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams.
And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Mims in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Nix
working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back to throw. Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Second and goal from the 1.
Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Here's Herbert.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Here's 3rd and 10.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Pass hauled in by Johnston.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
From the 46, here's second down and 1. Working out of the gun is Nix.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Here's Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 35. Back to throw. Nix.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Now a second and 10.
Back to throw again. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Looking to throw. Nix. And he rifles one incomplete.
Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
Back to throw. Nix got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Broncos are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Mims in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Second and 3. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
Flush to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
They're going. It's Nix.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
To throw is Nix.
Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Nix. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Amari Cooper. A gain of 9 yards. First down.
Back to throw. Nix. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
That's to his running back, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner?
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Over 100 yards, has the 8 catches.
Nix to the air.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
A gain of 7. First down, Broncos.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Nix to throw again. This one swung out to Williams.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. To throw, here's Nix. To the sideline and incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Now it's Nix.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Complete to Javonte Williams. A gain of 11 on the play.
Nix from the shotgun.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. He's got the connection to Cooper. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Nix looking to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. On the toss, here's Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Operating from the gun, Nix. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass in the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Delay of game. Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Chargers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Chargers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Broncos offense and the veteran Amari Cooper getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they take a knee.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division.